You ever wonder how the people who seem to win a little bit always seem to win a lot? It's like they have this sort of formula for winning. It's almost as if everything in life, you can apply the same principles, the same foundational skills or actions per se, and keep winning even if it's in different endeavors, whether it's something in your health, whether something in your wealth, something within your relationships. I genuinely feel like I have found the formula for success. All the books that I've read, all the people that I've studied, I've seen them mention the same things I'm about to tell you right now, but I've also seen it for myself. And I think the first thing you have to understand is you can have small successes and you can have big successes. As long as there's a goal in mind and there's a goal accomplished, it's success. And so you can have, if your goal is to make $1 million in your business, or it's to lose 30 pounds, or to have lots of muscles, or have lots of girls, it doesn't matter. If there's a goal involved, there's success that's involved, right? But it's all relative to you. And if that's what you wanted, if that was your goal and you accomplished it, really take it in, absorb it, allow it to feed into your self-esteem, and allow it your self-esteem to fuel your confidence, because as you get more and more confident, you get more and more self-esteem, you can tackle bigger and bigger goals and therefore have bigger and bigger successes. But the actual formula for success is literally consistency, persistence, and sustainability. I have seen this mentioned across so many different books, across so many different businessmen, influencers, whatever it may be, and they all talk about the same concept, right? These foundations, these principles, if you apply them to whatever aspects of your life, you will see success. I've seen it myself in different endeavors. So what consistency really means is being experimental, maximizing quantity, and thinking long-term, right? So what does this mean really? Experimental means you literally have to throw shit at the wall. So whatever new endeavor you go into, it's going to be hard in the beginning. You don't know what you're doing. It would make no sense for you to believe that it would be this easy, or it would just be easy at all, right? You need to figure out how it works for you, right? Going to the gym worked for me, but some people do not like going to the gym. So they might do Pilates, they might play sports, they might just do a diet, right? But those are the ones that wouldn't work for me personally, right? So you have to find what works for you. You have to experiment literally with your own personal, experiences, your knowledge, your skills, whatever you genuinely find joy in, that's the one that you're gonna be able to do for the long term, which is another principle, right? But so just you have to experiment, right? I read this in business books. People will say they had like 7 different business models before they finally had success in business. Why? Because you need to experiment to see what works for you specifically and personally, right? Quantity. I've realized very recently, quantity is literally the key. So often you hear about this idea of quantity or quality, and you always want to aim for quality. And I do believe that's true, but actually getting true good quality takes years. Like I've been going to the gym for 4 years, and sometimes I still find errors in my workout, right? And I'm able to increase the quality, right? And so it's like, you have to almost get out of this mindset of quality, because it'll take you so long that it's better to just start and do shit, even if it's at the bare minimum level 1 stuff, rather than trying to aim for like a level 7, level 8, because it just causes you to have perfectionism, procrastination, and then you get nothing done, right? So honestly, just especially in the beginning, completely forget about quality, because you will learn more just taking action, even if it's like thinking in quantitative measures rather than qualitative. So then you can just get started, you do things, and naturally over time, as you're doing the thing, you'll get better. You're not gonna just allow yourself to be bad and just be shit at it continuously. If you keep doing something, you naturally get better at it. Repetition is the key in getting better at something. Repetition is the key to skill acquisition. And if everything in life is a skill, then obviously if you just repeatedly do things, which is just you doing lots of quantity of it, naturally get good at it, right? The last one is long-term, and it's just long-term thinking. If you can, so much people are always in this like rush because of how society is built now. You know, everything comes fast. You know, you want food, you DoorDash it. If you want to take a picture, you open up your phone. If you want to read a book, it's right on your phone. Like, everything's so quick, right? Everything moves so quick, but you need to understand, for the goals that you want that are bigger and bigger in life, the big successes, being rich, being fit, a healthy marriage, things like that, those things take time, and you don't want time against you. You want it on your side. And so when you have a long-term mindset, you allow time to be on your side, and it's able to, you don't feel rushed, you don't feel pressurized, and you allow for compounding to happen. You get this slight edge on your side. And so many people are again trying to get rich quick, and so they'll be like get rich quick schemes, right? They try to get rich, and then when it fails, they realize like, oh, getting rich is so hard, making money is so hard. It's like, no, motherfucker, you just rush the process. Like you you need to relax. You need to think long term. You need to think in years, not just days or weeks or whatever. Think in years. When the goals are that big, it's going to take time for it to naturally happen, for you to get to the knowledge and skills needed for you to have the recovery in between. Like, even if you wanted to lose 30 pounds in a week in the gym, you wouldn't be able to. It's only healthy. The most you should really lose in the gym per week is 2 pounds, because anything more is most likely going to come right back on. 2 pounds is like scientifically proven to like be able to come off and stay off, rather than like you take it off and then the next week you gain it right back. That's what happens with most people, with most diets. They lose a bunch of weight and then they gain it back the next week. Why? Because they just stopped doing the diet, or they had an unsustainable approach. Next one is persistence. Persistence, I believe, is just don't quit. It's literally impossible to fail if you don't quit. Like, think about it. If you keep going to the gym, or you keep working at your business, or you keep working at your marriage or whatever, how is it ever going to fail if you keep working at it? Like, you literally do not quit. It's impossible to fail, right? That, and I also believe for you to stay persistent, so being able to stay in the mindset of I'm not going to quit no matter what, you need to have routines and systems in place. So that just means like, habit stacking, or building a good proper habit in order to get the work done, or just putting a schedule in place that allows you to get the things done in a fashion that's appropriate and proper for you, right? So fitting the gym into your schedule rather than trying to, always get the willpower random and like go to the gym sporadically. Like, no, don't do that. Make yourself a schedule, make yourself a routine, and slot the gym in a proper time, like before work or after work or in the morning, so it's consistent. So you can always be like, it's not something you have to think about. It's like, oh, it's time to go to the gym, I'm gonna go right now, right? Like, don't allow yourself to pick up a habit and work on a habit sporadically or based off willpower. Willpower is limited. It's gonna eventually run out, and you're just not gonna ever be able to build that consistency. You're never gonna be able to build off that habit or that routine. So it's never gonna give you the results that you actually want, right? So that's consistency. That's persistence. The last one is refinement, and this one is so important because it's the element people typically miss. And I like to think about it. I used to think about it as wins and losses, but now I think just reframing the word is very important into data and feedback. So data would technically be your wins and feedback would be your losses. And so what it means is every time you do something, if you get a positive reaction or a positive result, it's data, right? So the things that you did in that approach per se, it works. There's something about it that works. And if you can really break it down, you'll understand why it worked. And if you had an approach and it was negative, you got negative results, then it's feedback. Now you know how you use that feedback to improve the approach next time. And this works with everything. If you go and hit on a girl and then you use a pickup line, that pickup line might work, it might not work. If it works, most likely it'll work on another girl as well. If it doesn't work, it's probably not a good pickup line. She had like a disgusting face. She was like, oh, you're weird. She didn't laugh or whatever. It's a bad pickup line, so you wouldn't use it again. Data and feedback, that's all you have to remember. And if you just have this sort of mindset of, I need to keep improving it, and if you actually do the things that people are telling you, especially if you hear it consistently, you're gonna win, you're gonna succeed. It's literally impossible. Like, even if you took this to the gym aspect, if every time you went to the gym, and you went for a week and you did this workout, and then not a week, let's say a month, right? And you're just not losing weight, you're not seeing any muscles, you're not even getting a pump, you know there's something wrong, right? The feedback is natural. Based, like, everything that you want success in can be broken down into these 3 principles. And if you can just understand it, apply it to whatever you want success in, you will eventually be successful. It's literally impossible not to. I've seen it for myself in my different endeavors. I've seen it in other people's endeavors. It works, I'm telling you. Just remember, consistency, persistence, and refinement. You use those 3 principles, you will be successful. And in the end, we're all gonna fucking win.